Hello there guys and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it's time for me to welcome you to episode number 5 of our FIFA 17 career mode here with Hull City. Today we have got 3 more games for you guys, and you'll see the games that we'll be playing later on in about, 30 seconds from now. We are out of the transfer window, and just in case you guys are wondering what else happened in the transfer window, FIFA 17's got this cool feature now where you can see all the other transfers that happen in a transfer window, so you can see all the main ones there in the background and who's gone to and from each club. Mamadou Sakho going to Barcelona, which is quite an interesting one. Axel Witsel signing for Liverpool, and Liverpool are actually our first opponents of today's episode in the EPL, or as I was calling it before, the Barclays Premier League. I do apologise for that, but I'm used to it being called the EPL. Then we played Chelsea and then Bournemouth, so a pretty difficult episode today, playing 2 major players really in the EPL, being Liverpool and Chelsea. Once again though, I want to just say a massive thank you for the support on this series so far. Just like ridiculous amount of people like viewing and commenting and liking, so if you want to keep that support up then make sure to do so. But honestly, I'm just really thankful for you guys, so honestly thank you very much. In the background you can see the squad report as well for the season so far. Some nice little attribute growth from quite a lot of the players actually, some of the main players in the squad, and a lot of the younger players have actually gone up an entire overall. Valkvist there you can see, and Didi, Stefaniak, Sam Klukas has also gone up an overall, but Leon Bailey and Vincent Kozielo, both signings in the summer transfer window, they've gone up an overall as well. Just for those wondering, if you haven't seen any of the previous episodes, then make sure to check out the playlist. There'll be a link at the top right of the screen, a little card, and you can take a look at the playlist from the videos before now. And if you haven't seen them, go and check them out and then come back to this video and watch the rest of it. You can see there the rest of the squad report there in the background. Will Keane is actually the brother of Michael Keane. I still can't get over that. We've actually got 2 brothers in the squad. We're actually going to have to play them at the same time. Enough about the Keanes though, and more about Abel Hernandez, who was your player of the episode from last episode, which means that he is going to play every single game today, or he's going to start every single game. That is his reward, which should mean that he'll take the place in the Hall of Fame for most appearances. He's already got the record for most goals so far at the club, and we'll have to see whether he can expand on that in today's episode. Meanwhile, it is time to get into the first game of this episode, and we're playing Liverpool away from home against Anfield. For those that don't know, I support Liverpool in real life. So this is almost a mixed bag really. If we win, then at least we've done well in the series, but if we also win, then I'm a bit disappointed for Liverpool. You can see they're going into this one with the best defensive team in the league. Astoundingly, we've only conceded 1 goal in the space of 6 games so far. We're hoping to keep it that way. You can see the squad there in the background. Curtis Davies though comes back into the side instead of Michael Keane. Odibarjo is still at right back, and Didi there still at defensive mid, and we're still playing that 4-1-2-1-2 formation that we tried in the last episode. But the first action of the game here, you can see we've actually got an injury right at the bottom of the screen, and that was Andrew Robertson going down. And you can see Liverpool actually playing a ball over the top, and in extraordinary circumstances almost taking the lead, because Robertson, who was down injured, was playing Jorginho Wijnaldum onside, and he probably could have taken a he could have taken the ball down and had a shot. He did have a shot later on, a few minutes later, and hit the post, and you can see that Andrew Robertson is actually out of the game. We're going to have to substitute him, so Linus Valkvist will have to come on, and Odibarjo will have to switch over to being a left back with that 4-star weak foot that he's got. Liverpool though still pressurising and still pressing forward, and Danny Ings has gone past Curtis Davies, and he's put the ball into the back of the net, and Liverpool take a 1-0 lead after 22 minutes. It's thoroughly deserved. They've had all the chances in this game. Danny Ings rushes over to his manager Jurgen Klopp to celebrate. It's set up by Nathaniel Klein. It's poor from me, bringing Curtis Davies out of position, though I was expecting him to tackle really. Into the 27th minute, we're finally getting our first chance of the game from a free kick. Robert Snodgrass with the shot, and it just goes high and wide in the end, but it was a lot closer than it looked on that angle. Into the 40th minute, and Liverpool are pressurising again, and Curtis Davies is looking really shaky at the back there, really miscuing that clearance. It does go out for a corner. Thankfully nothing comes of it. Into the 44th minute though, Vincent Kozielo playing as an attacking mid, sees Leon Bailey on rushing. Can Bailey slot it in? Yes he can. He's been poor at finishing in recent episodes, but Leon Bailey is there to convert this time, and he gets the equaliser right on the edge of half time, and it is 1-1 in this game. It's not really a sort of level term, or we're not really in this deserving position. We're not deserving of being level. Liverpool have really had the better of this first half, but Leon Bailey with a really nice finish past Loris Karius, and is 1-1 right on the edge of half time. Into the second half, Axel Witsel is probing here for Liverpool. He's gone past the player, Curtis Davies charging in, and despite being shaky earlier on in the game, that was a absolutely wonderful block from the English centre-back. And that could have literally saved us in this one. We now maybe have the confidence to go ahead and try and get a winner. Marvin Stefaniak is off the bench for Leon Bailey. Abel Hernandez with a shot that he should have done a lot better with. He should have kept it down, really, on his weaker foot. But yes, Stefaniak, the main man, the guy that we fell in love with last episode, he's off the bench to try and change things. Now into the dying embers of the game. Vincent Cosiello is starting something up from the back. He sees Stefaniak. He then sees Abel Hernandez bursting through the middle. Can Abel Hernandez win it for us in the final minute of the game? Yes, he can. He's done absolutely nothing all game, but he comes up trumps in the final minute of the game to surely win it for us. It's Marvin Stefaniak, that man Marvin again, who gets the assist, and Abel Hernandez wins it for us. We come back from behind against Liverpool despite being sort of borderline dominated in the first half by Liverpool, and we take a 2-1 win as the thunderstorm ensues outside of my flat. Nevertheless, Vincent Cosiello takes man of the match, 8.7 rating for him. Our first goal scorer, Leon Bailey, with an 8.6, and some really good ratings as well for Linus Valkvist and for Marvin Stefaniak, who obviously got the assist for that second goal. He continues to make things happen, despite not necessarily starting all the games, and he's already turning into a bit of a legend in this series. But a good win, a fantastic win against opposition such as Liverpool, and under the circumstances as well, a very, very good win indeed. In training, Leon Bailey is now a 76 overall. We're training him on his finishing, and it seems to be paying off after he scored there against Liverpool. We'll have to see whether he does an equally good job here in the second game of the episode against Chelsea. We're playing that 4-1-2-1-2 again. Cosiello, Hernandez and Preciado that you saw on the screen are the men that will be at the front of that formation. You can see them in the Premier League, a ridiculous top four. Hull, followed by Crystal Palace, followed by Middlesbrough, and then followed by, I can't even remember who the other team was, but just ridiculous top four. No big teams have had a good start to the season whatsoever. You can see the squad in the background. Good performances for Stefaniak have earned him a place in the starting lineup. El Mohammadi is also back into the starting lineup. You can see here is how Chelsea start this game as well. Victor Moses at left wing instead of Eden Hazard, and Todd Kane at right back, so a slightly weaker team put out by Chelsea. We'll have to see whether we can exploit that here at the KCOM Stadium. Into the 20th minute, we get the first chance of the game, and it's a wonderful chance for Jake Livermore, who steals the header right off the forehead of Abel Hernandez, and it probably would have been better on Hernandez's head, but Livermore charged in. I wasn't even controlling Livermore. He went for the header, and he put it over the bar, and he probably should have done a little bit better. Into the 25th minute, Marvin Stefaniak, that man Marvin, again testing the goalkeeper. Still hasn't got his first goal for the club, but he is still looking a very, very positive and very, very good winger. Into the 28th minute, Chelsea with a wonderful ball across the box, and really against the run of play, Victor Moses has put the ball in. It's a wonderful cross in from, I think it's actually Todd Kane on the left-hand side, or it might have been Marcos Alonso. I'm not entirely sure who put the ball in, but Victor Moses put the ball in the back of the net. No chance really for Marshall. El Mohammadi perhaps could have reacted better, and we are behind once again in this episode. We were behind to Liverpool, now we're behind to Chelsea, and we've got an uphill task once again to try and take anything out of this game. But just a few minutes later, you can see I just sped up the footage, but a few minutes later, Abel Hernandez there finding Jake Livermore, who now sees Vincent Cosiello in some space. He's gone past Todd Kane. Can he slot the ball in? Yes, he can. And it is an instant response, and it's a first goal for Hull City for Vincent Cosiello since his move from OGC Nice. It's his first goal for the club. It's a bit lucky. It's bobbled off David Luiz, and it's gone in. Into the second half, though, we're 1-1 now thanks to that goal from Vincent Cosiello. Ball into the box, and that is an outrageous header. And is it that man again? It is. It's Vincent Cosiello, who hasn't scored before today, and now he scored 2 in one game, and that is an outrageous header for a man who is really, really very, very small. He goes over to celebrate with us. Stefaniak and Livermore following him over. Brilliant ball, and it's another assist from Livermore. And once again, Livermore and Cosiello combine, and Cosiello puts the ball in. That is an outrageous header for such a small guy. And suddenly we're ahead here, and Chelsea are beginning to unravel, and they've given away a penalty a few minutes later, and it's rash from David Luiz. It is really David Luiz just being David Luiz. He's brought down Harold Preciado, who struggled really to make an impact since joining, but he's won the penalty there. His strike partner Abel Hernandez will step up and take it, and it's a wonderful penalty from Hernandez to make it 3-1, and we are suddenly in direct control of this game. Abel Hernandez decides to dab on him, and it is 3-1 here. We have a 2-goal lead against Chelsea, who are beginning to crumble after half-time. After that goal from Cosiello, they were not the same. Corner coming in, it fell to Michael Keane. It found its way to the back post. Michael Keane heading it against the post. Unfortunate for him, he could have got his first goal for the club. Into the 89th minute there, some wonderful play from Leon Bailey, and then link up from El Mohammadi to pass it back to him. What a back heel that was. Bailey putting the ball into the box. He's brought down again, and it is a penalty again. Marcos Alonso has brought down the Jamaican winger, but that was actually incredible link-up play from Bailey and El Mohammadi. The wonderful back heel from Bailey in the first place. A really nicely timed through ball from El Mohammadi as well. It's a red card, which seems slightly harsh for Marcos Alonso. That just rubs salt in the wounds. No Abel Hernandez on the pitch, so it's going to be Preciado to step up and try and get his first goal for the club, and he does so. The Colombian striker puts the cherry on top of the icing, on top of the cake, and he brings out the dab as well. And we have somehow managed to beat Chelsea 4-1. Antonio Conte looks apoplectic really as he shakes the hand of our manager, of our avatar, and that is the end of the game, and a historic win really against Chelsea. Vincent Cosiello gets man of the match after 2 goals, Liverpool gets a 9.5 after 2 assists, and Harold Preciado gets a 9.1 rating as well. But really showboating as well. Some wonderful goals and some wonderful play in that game there against Chelsea. And Leon Bailey and El Mohammadi, oh, that's going to be in the highlights reel for years to come of career mode on this channel, that link-up play between them. You can see some training in the background, no one going up in terms of overall there, but still some attribute growth for everyone. And this is where I'm going to pose my question to you guys, because we've just beaten Liverpool 2-1 and we've just utterly thrashed Chelsea 4-1. Do you guys want me to start using sliders to make this more difficult for me? Because I'm playing on Legendary, I can't make it more difficult for me in terms of actual difficulty, so there isn't really anything I can do to do that. So in the top right of the screen there'll be a poll, and you guys can decide whether you want me to use sliders to make it more difficult, not more easy, but more difficult for me, so that we're actually losing more games. Because going into this third game of the episode against Bournemouth, we're actually top of the table with Hull City by 3 points over Middlesbrough and Crystal Palace. Now with the squad we have, we shouldn't be top of the table even at this early stage in the season, so you can check out the vote in the top right of the screen. If you want it to carry on like this, then of course vote no, but if you want it to be a little bit harder for me, then obviously vote yes and make it harder for me. You've just seen the Bournemouth squad in the background, pretty standard really, nothing major changing, although we haven't seen Callum Wilson in the squad there. It's Benica Fobe that gets the nod over him. Here is the whole squad. Valkvist is back into the side, and we're once again playing that 4-1-2-1-2 formation, with Cosiello and Livermore getting their chance again in the squad because they were absolutely brilliant there against Chelsea. It's Bournemouth though with the first chance of the game, or first highlight of the game, in the 3rd minute. They hit the post already. Andrew Sermon with the free kick, and that is a very early wake-up call for us. Their massive chance for Bournemouth hitting the post. Robert Snodgrass though going for a chance with the finesse, and that was ever so close in the 15th minute to Robert Snodgrass's first goal, I do believe, in a played game. The Scotsman going for that finesse effort. Look how close that is, absolutely millimetres away from being a wonder goal. Definitely would have been the best goal of this series so far. Valkvist though going for some link-up play with Preciado, who gets the ball back, but a life-saving challenge from one of the Bournemouth defenders to deny the Swede from right back getting a goal. That would have been an interesting one. Preciado now going for a strike. He seems to have some confidence after scoring that penalty against Chelsea, but a good save there from Artur Boric. Into the 39th minute, bit of luck there with the deflection. Benica Fobe now finding Andrew Sermon. He sees Benica Fobe back in the centre, and Benica Fobe has scored to give Bournemouth the lead. It's slightly against the run of play, though Bournemouth have been playing very well. They were just lacking a little bit in the final third, and they've got to the final third and have dispatched the chance. Benica Fobe there in the 40th minute giving Bournemouth the lead after the assist from Andrew Sermon. We were a bit unlucky really there, because Michael Keane made a challenge, but it deflected really badly off him and just fell back to a Fobe, so we were man down in the box, and yeah, it's just bad luck really. Jack Wilshere with a chance right at the end of the half. Michael Dawson as well with a shot of all people in the 47th minute just after half time, but it goes just over the bar. Into the 68th minute, and Bournemouth are pushing forward again. It's Adam Smith down the left hand side. He sees Callum Wilson, who's off the bench, and the ball trickles in off the side of his foot and then in off the post as well. Michael Dawson tries to get there with the block. It's just out of the reach of Marshall in the whole net, and that really puts the game beyond doubt. Now unfortunately Bournemouth have just been far more clinical than we have. It's a good finish there from Callum Wilson after the goal from Benica Fobe earlier. Into the 80th minute, Abel Hernandez with a shot, but it's pretty simple, straight at the Polish goalkeeper Artur Boric, and he claims the ball, plucks it out of the air afterwards, and that, I do believe, is our first loss of the season. I'll look an absolute idiot if it's not, but I'm pretty sure that is our first loss of the season. We lose 2-0 there to Bournemouth. You can see we went all out attack really at the end of the game, but it didn't make much of a difference in the end, and we lose the game at 2-0. Bournemouth thoroughly deserving of that win. There wasn't really good luck involved. They just played a lot better than us, so props to them. They're now out of the relegation zone. I don't know how they're in the relegation zone, having played like that against us. You can see that we are still top of the table, from Middlesbrough in 2nd, Crystal Palace in 3rd, and Stoke City in 4th. So a quite extraordinary top 4 at the moment, but you guys again can vote as to whether I should make this series harder for myself with the use of sliders as well. You'll have seen that Andrew Robertson is also back from injury. Don't worry about that in case you were wondering. He was only out for 4 weeks. He's now back and he'll be fit for next episode. In the background you can see the Hall of Fame as well. Abel Hernandez is of course still the top goal scorer for the club, although Leon Bailey getting another goal and Vincent Coziello opening his account, Preciado opening his account as well. You never know, they might try and charge him down for that record. And obviously Hernandez is now top of the most appearances list as well. Clean sheets obviously still Marshall, and in terms of transfer fees obviously Coziello was our most expensive import and McGregor was our most expensive export when it comes to him going to Everton. That though is about it for this episode. Don't forget to vote in the vote as well on the top right of the screen. Obviously you guys can vote for your player of the episode for today. Whoever wins that poll will play in every single game of next episode, so you can take part in that poll as well. That'll be in the top right of the screen as well. And again, as I mentioned earlier, you can check out the playlist where all the other episodes of this series will be, just in case you've missed any or you want to see the next episode in this series. But that is about it from me. It's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.
Nah, that's not me. Act like a waste man, that's not me. Sex in the yo, nah, that's not me. Lips in the yo, nah, that's not me. Yeah, I used to wear Gucci